As an empath, it's easy to play Captain Save a Narc. And what I mean is, it's within your God-given nature to find things that are dirty, things that need to be cleaned up, things that are grimy, things that smelly. Because you, after all, have been given by God the magic soap. The magic soap is your healing power. It's your love. It's your genuineness. It's your laughter. It's your joy. And all you got to do is go and find toxic, narcissistic people and sprinkle some of your... Ultimately, what ends up happening is you just end up running out of your soap. I have a little bit left. There we go. And the narcissistic people never get clean. We're going to talk about why it is you're drawn to toxic, narcissistic people and why it's a trap that keeps you stuck probably for the rest of your life. Let's get into it. My name is Kevin, and this is... You see, narcissists tear things up and destroy things and make things dirty. Empathic people make things clean. Narcissists are destroyers, empaths are the cleaners. Narcissists are the killers, empaths are the healers. This is just the way life goes. You as an empathic person have the natural tendency to want to do what? That's right, bring healing. Clean it up. Try to see the best potential. Do what empaths do by your God-given nature. It's what you're called to do. Now, the problem arises because many of you, myself included, as empathic people, as healers in this life, weren't really guided by parents or by public institutionalized education. I mean, back when I was growing up, going to school, nobody talked about narcissistic abuse. Nobody talked about empaths. Nobody talked about spiritual things. Nobody even really talked about God-given gifts in this life. It was all about your grades and playing dodgeball, right? And so it's no wonder we were not guided or not given the right direction on how to use our gifts of empathic abilities, of being able to help people. And so as a consequence, chances are you have been lacking validation. Validation in regards to your gifts of empathy, your gifts of healing, your gifts of cleaning things up. You've been lacking the validation from your parents and lacking the guidance. Now, this is what sets you up or has set you up in the past for dealing with toxic narcissistic people. Now, I want you to imagine something with me. I want you to imagine that you've come here to this laundromat to do a simple load of laundry, one simple chore. And so you put the load of laundry in the washer, you put your magic scrubbing power empathy in there to clean up all the stains. And here's what you notice, that the clothes never get clean. And so you run it again for another wash, adding another 15 minutes. And then it's still not clean. So you take it out, you run it in for another wash, another 15 to 20 minutes. And then you take it out and you put it into the dryer. And before you know it, you keep repeating this cycle for hours upon hours. What should have just been one simple chore has now locked you in and imprisoned you into the situation of trying to clean something dirty because the soap that you have isn't working. Now, this is exactly what's taking place in a toxic relationship. You see, you bit off more than you can chew. You signed up for something that you didn't realize you were applying for. You applied for a lifelong position of cleaning the drama and the turmoil and the chaos and the rage and the anger and the frustrations and the stupidity of a narcissistic person without even realizing it. You went into that toxic relationship thinking that it was just going to be a simple chore, that all they needed was just 30 minutes of love, so to speak. That all they needed was just a little bit of joy, that all they needed was a little bit of work on your behalf. But what you discover is that you actually stepped into what seems like more of an employment role. Because whatever you started doing at the beginning of the relationship that made the narcissistic person feel good, now you find yourself having to do that moment by moment, day by day. And guess what? They're never getting cleaner. They're never changing. Their stains, which are deep-rooted, their stains in their mind and their stains in their heart, it's never coming out. And so you're now locked into a relationship, imprisoned, if you will, in a laundromat with a narcissistic person trying to clean these stains. And now here is the worst part about this. You're trapped. You're trapped. And in being trapped and in being imprisoned with a toxic narcissistic person who's not getting cleaned up, you're feeling more like a failure. You see, it's not validating your gift of empathy the way in which you hoped it would. In the beginning, it might have felt good because you might have made the narcissistic person smile. Perhaps their love bombing made you feel good. But as you realize that you're constantly having to pick up the slack, you're constantly having to deal with their anger, you're constantly having to put out their fires, you're constantly having to lift them up, it's going to start to not validate. It's going to be devalidating. It's going to be unvalidating for you. Because you're going to feel more and more like a failure. You're going to say, why isn't this working? Why isn't my love enough for this toxic person? Why isn't my magical soap abilities to clean this situation up? Why isn't it working? Why am I still in the same hellhole with the same devil dancing around in circles, not growing, not doing anything, not experiencing love, not experiencing joy, and you feel like you failed? You feel like you failed as an empath. It backfires on you. You see, you can't take a rock and turn it into a diamond. You can't take a tree and turn it into a pillow. This is what happens when you apply your gift of empathy to a narcissistic person expecting to get somebody loving. It's impossible. You set yourself up for something impossible, and so as a consequence, it fails. And as it fails, you now become resentful, not just towards the narcissistic person, but towards yourself. You now resent and you hate your own God-given gifts. I hear this all the time as a coach. You become depressed. You become lost because you don't know what to do. Your gift of empathy is no longer working on the narcissistic person. No, it never was. You've never received the outcome. You've never received the validation. The ultimate validation for your gift of empathy is to see change. But since you've seen no change from the narcissistic person, you're left feeling unvalidated, just constantly working, constantly cleaning up the dirt. You see, it's about time you stop misusing your God-given gift of empathy. Your God-given gift of empathy is supposed to be an incredible gift that you use to bring healing, to bring joy, and to bring help into people's lives, but not in the context of an unhealthy, toxic relationship with family or with an intimate partner. It's supposed to be a one-time deal. It's supposed to be through church. It's supposed to be through donating. It's supposed to be for people who need help in any given moment where you can offer a solution, offer a fix, and then bounce. Get on with your life. This is what our parents and what society has failed, and even church has failed to tell us about the gift of empathy. It is not to be used in intimate relationships. It's not even to be used within your family dynamic. Intimate relationships are about partnership. Family is about community. It's about encouraging. It's about nourishing. It's about learning how to use your gifts. Doesn't matter if it's a biological family or if it's a church family or if it's the royal we family. The goal is not to have you there scrubbing up people's dramas and people's problems. The goal is to help educate you and teach you how to use your God-given gifts. That is what your intimate relationships are for. Especially your intimate partnership. The person you call lover, the person you call best friend. This relationship is supposed to be building, mutually encouraging. You're not there to scrub each other up because you're dirty, angry, narcissistic all the time. What kind of relationship is that? That is why you're so miserable, is because you've taken your God-given gift of empathy, you brought it into a family setting or a partnership setting, and you're using it in something that you can never clean. You cannot carry that burden. Nobody can, because it's never ending. It's never ending with them. So we need to change the way you seek family. We need to change the way, as an empath, you seek partnership. If you can't look somebody up and down, left, right, top to bottom, when you meet them and say, you know what? I like everything about you. You don't need to be fixed. You've got yourself covered. You understand what you're doing. You are a great partner. You're a great family. You're a great community. If you can't look at somebody, then do not, I repeat, do not become intimately involved with them. It's okay as an empathic person to become acquaintances with people who need help, but under your control and when it's convenient for you. Never give of yourself in a sacrificial way on a regular basis, because it will exhaust you. I don't care what Christian pastors out there talk about how you have to sacrifice yourself. Jesus did not just sacrifice himself and follow one person who was constantly griping and complaining and narcissistic. Jesus sacrificed himself for all, but that's different. What would Jesus have accomplished if he just sat there with one narcissistic person trying to fix that person's problems day in and day out? Jesus didn't do that. What Jesus did was not waste his time with these individuals. He had a bigger picture in mind. Anytime Jesus came across some individual who was narcissistic or problematic or whatever, Jesus was like, go, right? Go and sin no more. And when he said go, it's like leave my presence, go on, get out. go find something else to do. All right. Yes, Jesus did call friends those who were troubled, and that's fine. And you can too. But do not allow yourself to get sucked in and drawn into a toxic relationship where you're constantly cleaning the person, constantly picking up the person's next mess. This is a misuse of your God-given gifts, and it will destroy you. It will create bitterness in you. It will start to create a depression, if you will, of not knowing what your gifting is even for, feeling like a failure. Many of you, your purpose in this life is to find somebody to love. Your purpose in this life is to find somebody who you can encourage. Shoot, I'll take you, right? I'll take you. I could use some encouragement. I mean, I come with a little bit of baggage. I have some issues in my life, but if you can look me top, down, left, right, and you want to use your gift of empathy, I'm all game, right? Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. I'll the point is that moving forward, make sure that when you are getting involved with somebody intimately or somebody you're calling family, it's not about how you can fix them or how you can even help them. That's not what you're called to do in this life. You're called to be a partner, which means they have to have their shit together just as much as you have your shit together. And hopefully you have your shit together enough in the same way that, yes, you can help each other in little areas. That's what a partnership is all about, but you're not cleaning them up. You're not making up for their slack on the regular. There should be no slack that you're making up for on the regular. There should only be togetherness and unification. So again, if you can't look somebody up, down, up, left, right, and say, you know what, I wouldn't change a thing about you. You've got things going on. Here's how I can add to that. And even on your worst days, you're still getting a lot done. You're still got things together. If you can't do that, then don't intimately get involved with them. Don't sign up for it. Otherwise, you sign up to waste and squander your God-given gift of empathy. You sign up to imprison yourself into a laundromat with something that will not get clean no matter how hard you scrub it. And this now becomes your life sentence. Right in there, right in here, right in this laundromat. Is this where you want to stay? In this laundromat? Is this where you want to stay in prison for the rest of your life? Or do you want somebody that you can do fun things with? Do you want somebody who you can build and love and laugh with? Do you want somebody who you can accomplish great things with? Then you don't want to be imprisoned in this laundromat. As I said before, I'm here to help you. Down in the description box right below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls and video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So head on down there, schedule that time with me. I'd love to see you, love to talk with you. I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Bye.